This is the silver chart. Very interesting, right? But I don't like charts either. I mean, I think they're pretty cool in some ways, but they're stupid if you just keep looking at this only, because you're not going to know what the hell's going on. You got to look at the world too. But I do realize when there's a trend line, a lot of times it bounces off the trend line. But I could see this going up to like the low 33s before it takes a nosedive. I am holding my short position in double leverage. I don't want to go through the psychological havoc of holding triple leverage. I'm pretty damn certain that the gains will be better, or the losses could be better, of course, could worst. But silver really, this morning it was down quite a bit, then it's up a little, down a little. I don't know what the hell it's going to do on a daily basis. So my whole strategy is, I see something wrong with this Greek debt situation. They're glossing it over like a little bit too nice. And of course, if there's a problem, they never tell the people, right? They never tell anybody, because you want to create the panic all at once at the end, but you want to be out of there, shorting the market, right? Well, I'm shorting silver, but that's not much. But so I am holding my position. And hey, I want to go over this one more time with Eric Sprott. Sounds like I'm picking on him, but he is definitely not the worst guy in the world. But all of them are in cahoots with each other, and they're playing the silver investors too. God, every single one of them, from Max Kaiser to SGT Bull and all those other people associated with him, all talking around each other. James Turk with whatever. They're all a bunch of garbage. But I haven't been in this silver game that long. I've always had some coins and stuff like that. I always knew about the Federal Reserve. But yada yada, big deal. The Federal Reserve has been putting out fiat money for like a long time now. Even since, like, if you want to say, since just in the early 70s, it's on a fiat standard. Big deal. That doesn't mean you can't make money in certain areas. And fiat money, the last time I looked, still buys real goods, right? So, but I'm saying silver and gold is the right place to be in. But at one time, I also agree that the most of the middle class is going to be holding the bag, silver and gold, way too long. And the smart people are going to be out of it. So I don't think I'm trying to preach to the world here about anything. I'm making money, I think, hopefully. But boy, I wish I was watching this. But I just kind of laid out with everything. April 28th. This was Thursday, and on that weekend, April 30th and May 1st, silver crashed. That's when they first started doing the margin rate increases in the wee hours in the morning. Sprott sells 1.6 million. 48.48 was the spot price around that time. That was the close price that day. Then, silver crashes down to 33. Then he sells it again, July 14th, $38, $40, $40, $38. Then he sells a big load of it back here at 41.36, and then $40 and 39.64, almost $40. What is that? About a week before the next big crash. Yeah, God, right? Boy, I wish I was watching this clown. Damn. I don't like. Sometimes I didn't really care too much about making. Well, in retrospect, I guess I do want to care. But when you got to pay taxes and all this type of stuff. But could have been doing some cool stuff with the physical with this junk too. This guy, right now, he's into mining. And then one of the stocks he has is Endeavor. I think it's EKK, Endeavor. So what he's looking to do is, on the mining, and I know there's silver physical people that disagree with the mining, but if this guy's in it, I think it's going to do good. I think it's going to do good. So, now, just to get on with some of the scammers out there, this is BitCoins chart. This is a load of it. You know, I don't know how people could say they're afraid of electronic markets and J.P. Morgan is a bunch of crooks, and they are. Goldman's, but you know what? It's been no different for the last 100 years. But I don't know how you could put any kind of faith in this garbage. But I don't even want to get into this stuff. I don't care about it. I think it's ridiculous. I would rather have paper cash than this garbage at any day. But you know, another guy that's into this is Max Kaiser, who tells me that Eric Sprott is the silver vigilante. So, I mean, on one side, you got Wall Street, and you got all this other garbage, but then you got all these other guys in the silver, gold, you know, the alternative against the banksters. They're a bunch of garbage, too. You know, I would not touch this stuff. But you know what I found interesting? Right around this time, I think this was a bubble that was deliberately created and crashed deliberately, and I think there was a news story that crashed it right here. And this is basically, I'm just going to give a little highlight of it. I'm going to post a link where this is, a little highlight of what this is. And this is what I think crashed this currency. It was back on June 16, 2011. First virtual heist, Bitcoin user loses $500,000. I don't know if this is true or not. But, you know, it almost reminds me of market rigging. You know, get a roll of suckers to go in here. So this goes out. To me, Bitcoins is just as bad or worse than anything else. And you look, this was like, what, a dollar back there? And you look at the chart, this was like 30. You know, it was a 30 times movement inside of a couple months. So somebody lost and somebody won. So if you're promoting this garbage, I think you're a bunch of BS. And you know, Max Kaiser promotes this. So I don't know. I don't know about that guy. I don't know about this guy. This is just my opinion. I think they're just as bad as the Wall Street crowd, except they're pushing the physical silver and gold. So I think the middle class is going to be holding the bag at some point in time. There's no doubt about it. Because the majority usually are the suckers, and hopefully I'm not going to be the sucker, and I'm doing my own thinking now. One thing I was thinking about, and this is really why I'm holding my short position in silver, because I think there's going to, well, I think there's going to be a crash in a lot of things, but this is deposit flows, right? This is a little chart. Basically, a lot of money is going into Finland, Germany, and Luxembourg, and Belgium and France, which is the green line, and the tan line is Finland, Germany, and Luxembourg. It's moving out of Italy and Spain, Greece, Ireland, and Portugal. It's moving out, but it's definitely moving out a lot faster from Italy and Spain. There's something wrong there, big time. And again, you know, deposits going into Finland, Germany, and Luxembourg, going way up, right? Belgium and France somewhat, Italy and Spain dropping, right? So something's up. You know, when the money's doing that, there's a reason for it, and I definitely think there's something going on with this euro. They're acting like, let me put it this way, I don't know, if I try, you know, sometimes I read a little bit into too much sometimes too, because I'm a little bit overly suspicious, but boy, they sure are acting like no problem. I just can't see all those people taking haircuts the way they say they're going to take haircuts, because there was other stories out there about legal action and stuff that they were able on good grounds to, you know, not take a haircut, and they were saying something about they're going to pay off some of the holdouts. I don't, you know, I got a feeling there's more going on about this. Now, this is basically about gold and silver, and this is another reason I think there's going to be another crash. And I don't know if it's basically contrived, deliberate as people think, because, you know, there is cycles that go on in nature. Yes, there's people that have an interest in having a short, want it pushed down. There's people that have an interest that want it to go up. But it's not it's not as rigged as people think. You know, there is like push and shove going on. Sometimes one side's winning, one side's losing, the other side's winning, the other side's losing. That's what's going on. So when you're seeing these charts fluctuate like that, there is a correction period going on. And, looking at the laws of nature and what's going on in the markets are following the laws of nature. I mean, I don't really think it's as totally conspiratorial as people think. But, you can also say the masses are starting to conspire to get after the bankers. I don't know. But anyway, the best way to scare the masses away from gold and silver is to create extreme price swings in both directions. And you know what? The average person doesn't like getting into this stuff at all for this reason. This creates the perception of extreme risk. Well, it is extreme risk if you bought it at the high and you're watching it crash. The reality is your fiat dollars that buy stuff you're getting a hell of a lot less of them for precious metal when it crashes if you sell. Then constant attacks by mainstream media experts, which there are totally paid liars, and divert capital from true safe haven into the fiat US dollar. The line goes, this is the spiel they always put, unlike the US dollar, which is backed by the full faith and credit of the United States, gold is backed by nothing. And, almost in a way, I agree with that, because this is one reason I hate gold. I mean, I like silver, platinum, and palladium. It's silver #1, right? It just doesn't have too much of industrial use. It's like, if they could shake people away from the fact that gold has been used as money for thousands of years, and I think they could. They possibly could. But I think they can't shake it from people from silver, platinum, or palladium, because there's too much of an industrial use going on. So the thing has some definitely inherent worth beyond what I think gold does, because gold basically is sitting in safes. The banksters do have a point about that, and I think gold is going to go way the hell up, though. I do. But I'm a little more nervous about gold than silver or platinum or palladium, even though those other three are far more volatile. Gold will eventually become the ultimate bubble. George Soros. And I always took that statement 100% different from what all the silver bloggers and junk were saying. He was saying he was not trying to steer people away from it. He was throwing out a cute little hint. That's what he was doing. He is telling you something right there. Everybody was saying, look, he's buying GLD. He's a gold bug. No, he's telling you something right there. He is telling you something. He's not as screwed up as you think, probably. He's got his own beliefs. The only problem is his beliefs are against the United States, generally speaking. And I'm a U.S. citizen, so screw you, But getting back to this chart, I do expect, possibly this stuff can go up a little bit today. I am holding my positions. I am. And I will manually pull the trigger if it goes up to some crazy number like this. Or if I see something that's changed. But I think something is coming up very unexpected, and you're going to see one of the abnormal type things where silver's going to drop off a cliff inside of like a day, and I want to be in for that. Actually a lot of this is going on by my intuition almost, but I'm not imagining things, because I'm not imagining this, and I'm not imagining this, and I'm not imagining the fact that the debt swap isn't complete until April. And what I am imagining is, I think they're putting too much of a glossy picture over this whole scenario, like there's no problem. Something doesn't feel right about it to me. So rather than just talk about it, I put my money on it, double leverage for this damn thing to go down. So, and I'm not going to worry about, I don't know, it's down 2 cents today, it was up 9 cents, it could go up. This thing can go up to 33, low 33s, and still drop like a rocket, I think it's going to happen all at once. So I'm short silver and gold, double leverage, long oil, double leverage.